My point was going to be, I want to talk about why I stopped working on this site about 10 years ago. And the reason is really, really simple. I didn't get paid. And I got tired of running the same tests all over again. And, producing these tests was a lot of work. And at a certain point in time, I didn't really feel like doing the work anymore because I wasn't paid and I burned out. And this is actually what I want to talk about. Because the reason I didn't get paid is because we aren't used to paying for websites. And my question to you is why? Why are we not used to paying for websites? Why do we say, oh, everything on the web should be free? I don't know the answer to that question. I've been looking for it for quite a while now. I do know that we made a few crucial mistakes back in the late 90s when the web started. For instance, telling the publishers of newspapers, oh, you should put all your content online for free. Why? But nobody asked that question, right? Oh, yes, we should put all our content online for free. That's a great idea, and it will really help journalism. Great. You know, what happened afterwards. Because the problem is, if all websites should be free, they all should have ads to pay for the time and the trouble of the person who maintains them. And somebody said, if websites are free, ads are the best. I mean, who here loves ads? Who is saying, oh yeah, I'm going to watch some ads today? Nobody? Okay. This is the problem. Still, ads are pretty useful for site owners who want to make a little bit of money, right? You just plug in something, you sign up for the service, and you get money every month. It's also kind of useful for visitors of the websites, because if they think, oh, no, I'm not going to pay for a website, it's ridiculous to pay for a website. Whoever does that. Oh, but the website uses ads. Oh, that's a pity, I don't like ads either. You know, the website owner should make a little bit of money, so okay, he can have ads. Ads are kind of like an alibi for us. Oh, we don't have to worry about money because the ads do that for us. And I think this is going to be a problem. And not only because of the obvious reasons of ads getting more and more influential and the tracking and the rest of the stuff, but also because we have a fundamental disconnect in how we perceive websites. Because this is something Paul Backhouse, who used to work at Google, once told me: if somebody uses my articles to cut down on their developer time, they are in a B2B relationship. I don't know how many thousands or millions of hours immediately. I mean, I didn't think about it. Yeah, if I had that, but I still went for great. But I didn't. But so that's why I started working with them to make sure that other people understand what the potential solution to this problem is. What we want people to do is to voluntarily give money to websites. To say, hey, I like your site, here's a little bit of money. Hey, I like your site, here's a little bit of money. And I'm repeating this on purpose. Also, we want to have an automated system for doing so, and we want to give you more money if we like your site more. How do we measure which sites we like? How do we measure that I, as somebody who gives money, like site A much more than site B? Because time is everything. That's why the whole money thing is repeated. Hey, here's a little bit of money. Hey, here's a little bit of money. Hey, here's a little bit of money. And you continue giving the people maybe less than a cent every few seconds, but some money nonetheless. And this will cut down on clickbait farms. Because if you go to a clickbait farm, you're enticed to click on the link and say, oh yes, read about something stupid. You come to the site, the ads are sold immediately, and then you can just leave again. Because they already make money off of you, and you pay. Thank you, go away. Not so with Web Monetization. If you write a really good article, people will continue coming back to your site. If they spend half an hour reading your article or doing your demo or whatever, they continue paying you a little bit of money. And I'm saying a little bit because you, as a payer, decide what you pay. So that's why we want to work with time-based accounting. Because it's, to us, it's the best way of measuring impact, and that, in short, is monetization. So the core concept is the streaming of money. Every few seconds, we pay a little bit. And you, as a payer, set your own rate. If you don't have a lot of money, you don't pay a lot. If you have some more money, you pay some more. At least pay some more. In addition to the monetization stream, as we call it, you can also give sites, oh, this article is so wonderful and it saved me like 2 days of work. Here's 5 euros. You just click on the button and say 5. You really want to pay? Yes, done. And that is what we are trying to build right now. Unfortunately, it's not quite ready yet. I hope to be here to tell you that you could subscribe to Web Monetization right now. That's unfortunately not the case. But I'm still all about it because it's in the presentation. So wonderful. So what do you need for Web Monetization? The first thing you need is a wallet, which is having the sort of bank account. And it's a crypto term, but we are not talking crypto here, we're talking regular normal money. Second thing you need is a browser extension. The browser extension does some vital tasks like actually making payments. And the third thing you need is a rate. That's something you decide for yourself. I want to pay X per hour. You fill that in the extension and you're ready to do Web Monetization. And the second and third step are pretty easy, actually, except that the extension is not available right now. Yes, but I'm not. So, the wallet. This is the tricky part, because the wallet is sort of your bank account, and it can actually take money from your bank account. If you give a tip to a website, hey, I love you so much, I give you 5 euros. The browser goes to the wallet and says, give them 5 euros. The wallet says, I don't have 5 euros right now because it's outside your rate. So it goes to your bank account, takes 5 euros, which is sent to the wallet, which is sent to the wallet of the receiving site. So the wallet can actually touch your bank account, and that means that we have this high of a stack of rules and regulations to pay. And that's why it's also taking so long. So we have 2 different types of wallets. I'm not going to get into it. But in any case, a few months back I heard, oh, and these 2 wallets can talk to one another. They can't exchange money. And thought, this is nonsense. We have to have interoperability. We have to have one standard that all wallets obey. Turned out, there was no technical problem. Technically, it all worked fine. These wallets could absolutely exchange money, but they weren't allowed to, because somebody had made a regulatory error something had not been signed. I'm not sure of the details. In any case, there was a legal issue why these wallets could not exchange money. And this is what we're running in all the time. This is why it took so long to get everything running. We have to obey the rules and regulations of each individual country. I'm not going to go into that further, but this is the reason that getting a wallet is kind of getting a bank account. For instance, you have to prove your identity because the wallet can touch your real money. Once you've done that, you download the extension, and the extension allows you to set your hourly rate and give tips, and it also it gives the actual demands to actually pay to the site. That doesn't really matter. And if you are a payer, you're done now. If you want to get paid by other people, there's one more step to do. You have to add a link back to your site with the address of your wallet. Your wallet is just on the internet. It just has a URL. And you put that URL in the link tag, and now everybody can find you and knows how to pay you. The file that's actually on that location is a JSON file that the browser uses to make actual payments. Let's briefly talk about browsers in the end, because eventually we want this to be built into browsers. Because the idea is to create a vendor-neutral, open way of paying on the web. Fortunately, we are being supported by several Chromium engineers who have more or less promised to build the Web Monetization agent into a Chromium build behind the flag so that people read web developers. Let's start testing it. We're not quite there yet, but this will happen, I hope next year somewhere. Until that time, we are going to use the extension. So I say the Web Monetization agent. What is the Web Monetization agent? It's a part that's going to live in the browser. First of all, I show the link tags that a few slides earlier. The browser has to find it and say, oh, this is apparently what I have to pay to. And then the browser notifies the extension, hey, there's something to be paid here. The extension says, okay, I'm on it. And finally, the Web Monetization agent fires monetization events so that you as a site owner know you are getting paid. And this monetization event fires every time a little bit of money comes in, so every few seconds. And of course, you can read out how much money you're being paid, under which currency, and a few other bits of data. And you can use this event to figure out what to do. For instance, you could say, oh, I'm being web monetized, I will remove my ads. Or I will show a bit of extra content. Or I will do nothing, but I will say, thank you so much for supporting me, or whatever. We don't know yet how websites should react to the fact that they're being monetized, so we leave that to you. We just give you the tools. Here's a simple JavaScript event that can help you. We also want an HTTP header that tells the server, hey, you're being monetized. We're not there yet. The first version of Web Monetization will not have that HTTP header, but it will come later. And all of this forms the monetization stream, and it allows you as a web developer to react. Except, of course, when something goes wrong. Because this whole concept is wonderful, but you know when it doesn't work? When you're offline. So that's why we discussed this at length earlier this year. And in the end, we decided that in addition to the streaming model, we also need a post-paid model, where the extension simply keeps track of the web monetized websites that you visit, and then it does one-day payment at the end of the month. Technically, no problem. It solves the offline problem because the extension is in the browser, so it continues working when you're offline. There's a problem here for the site owner, because in the streaming model we say, here you have a little bit of money, here you have a little bit of money, here you have a little bit of money. Well, in the post-paid model we say, oh yeah, we'll pay you later. Trust. We don't know yet which one is going to be best. There are advantages and disadvantages to both. So our current plan is to build both models into the extension and let you choose. For the moment, though, we'll only go to sports streaming, because we're further along with that. And that's what web monetization is. It's coming to your browser near you, I hope, next year. And if you have questions, you can go to webmonetization.org or hit me up